How's it going, everyone? Sanitary here. So I read an article about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I just been a little bit busy. I wanted to comment on it. And there's a study that there was 22 out of 25 burger joints, famous burger joints across the country, did not pass the litmus test for the amount of antibiotics found in ground beef. And In-N-Out Burger didn't pass. I think Burger King, McDonald's, all the famous burger joints that you've heard of did not pass. Shake Shack did pass with flying colors, although I don't really have one in California. I did go to Vegas here and there years ago, and not years ago, what the hell? I went there like last month and years ago, and Shake Shack passed. But anyway, I'm not very surprised by this. The regulations that the FDA puts on these fast food joints, there's just too much mass production. I'm not giving the FDA an excuse, so to speak, but you can only monitor so many people. It's kind of like a school teacher, right? A school teacher, say there's one school teacher, and I think a good ratio is one school teacher to like 15 to 20 kids. You can monitor 15, 20 kids, get a little bit more personal one-on-one time. But if you have one teacher and you got 60 kids, then what? Your attention is going to be pretty thin. You can only, monitor so much. So therefore, in the food industry, same thing. You have all these mass production of meat, cross contamination, people putting more antibiotics into cows that they shouldn't. And antibiotics in cows are supposed to be meant as more of a last resort if the cow is sick, but unfortunately, antibiotics are being abused by the people that are making this meat and distributing it to your local McDonald's. They're abusing the antibiotics because the antibiotics, like I said, they're supposed to be used for when the cows are sick, but they're being used to pump the cows up to get them more fatter, and they do this with chicken as well because that allows chickens to hatch more eggs than they should naturally, and this is more mass production equals more profit. It's not the right thing to do, but that's what they do. And one other quick thing before I depart is with all these antibiotics in the cow, eventually it gets processed and then it gets to a local burger joint near you, and then you end up consuming that double burger, which they are good. Just had one a few days ago, and then you start indirectly consuming some of these antibiotics. Now, what percentage of it? I don't know. I don't care to research it. I don't 100% know at this point because I don't want to bore you to death. But I will say for a fact that over time, when you eat a lot of these proteins, types of meats that have a lot of antibiotics, the end result is your body becomes antibiotic resistant. So when you need to take antibiotics, if you need to go to the doctor and you need to take these antibiotics because your body's so used to it, it doesn't quite have the same effect, and this is definitely a problem. So the antibiotics that are supposed to work, like boom, supposed to work on your immune system. Well, if you're being resistant to it because you're taking so many antibiotics from this processed meat, it's not going to do its due diligence. So just wanted to point that out there. I'm not one to, and I've mentioned this in the past, I'm not one to push my, I don't have like hardcore beliefs. I do believe in certain things. But as far as eating habits, I mean, I'm not a hypocrite. Like I said, I had In-N-Out Burger a couple days ago. I will say though that just to use common sense, and I wouldn't just be in general just be eating fast food a good amount of time. I just wouldn't trust these companies. I just don't. Have it here and there, have it, but just be smart about it. Have some common sense. It doesn't take that long to just buy some grass-fed beef if you can at your local store and make it at home. Put some lettuce, tomato, whatever. Get a whole wheat bun, and it's not bad. At least that doesn't have as much antibiotics as the stuff you see at the fast food places. So that's my report. Uh, Video for the day. Common sense, like I said, just kind of monitor what you eat, and just because it's advertised on TV, just because you see it on a billboard on the freeway, doesn't mean you always have to have it. If you're eating burgers 5-6 times a week, something's got to give, and you only have one body. That's my time. Comments, questions, always welcome. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.